Let's check it out. Charlie's so funny. I love this guy. Really, YouTube? Really? Is it gonna be that?
They say the human.
Alright. I'm gonna be pausing it in some parts too. I already know. So he makes some great vids. His reaction and tier vids are so funny. Let me pull my camera up a little bit. Better. Alright, let's check this out.
They say the human mind is like a sponge, constantly absorbing new information. Well, I'm about to blow a load of knowledge right into your fucking brain right now. If you're unaware, and you shouldn't be, there's trouble brewing on the game Rust. There's a whole load of drama going on there. It's absolute chaos and pandemonium. Bodies on the street, tears on the keyboard. It is absolutely...
That's always been Rust,
and
though.
I'm going to go ahead and bring you all up to speed
Tears on the keyboard.
and why an older game like Rust has all of a sudden exploded. Just take you by the hand and walk you through everything going on right now, because it's drama I want to talk about, because I've been hard addicted to Rust over the last week or so. It's been hitting me harder than heroin. Like, this shit is pretty wild. I absolutely have been loving Rust. And it's pretty sad to see a lot of the drama that's been going on, so I figured I'd at least talk about it since it's been kind of a big debate. So let's start at the beginning.
Dude,
Rust is an older
the streamers in general, but then also, oh, it's crazy.
Only by your imagination and a million other things. But for the most part, you can do a lot of really cool shit.
I gotta log on here. Okay, perfect. I got my spacebar going. Yeah, dude, this game has been around for a long time, and they basically have restructured it like 3 or 4 times to try to make it more user-friendly. Which is cool. There's a lot of like quality of life stuff that they've added. They've really listened to the people. They added mobility stuff, the horses, cars, mini copters, scrap helis. So this game has been like on the cusp of being one of those games that people want to play. But he gets into the reason why people don't want to play this game. So let's just continue.
Rust initially released as early access 7 years ago, and then fully
released
Kurt
2
years ago. And there's been a big community around the game, especially on YouTube. A lot of Rust content creators, and it's not like it was an obscure game. Most people had heard of Rust before, but it recently blew up in popularity, going from like 1,000 or 2,000 viewers a day on Twitch to over 1 million a day on Twitch. And it's all thanks to Abe and Offline TV. Abe being the mastermind, the puppet master, aka
OTV,
the blood
Offline
god.
TV.
Abe and Offline TV set up a private server where they invited a bunch of their friends, a bunch of streamers to play on, hang out, role play, PvP, and just make fun content in the Rust universe. And it was fucking amazing stuff. I was lucky enough to be invited to the server. I got to join Team Rocket and share in that kind of shit. We were like Scooby-Doo villains there, creating great story arcs and great moments, raiding the police station set up by other players.
Watched all the React videos.
But even just the creation of the server wasn't without drama. For some reason, there's like this community of Rust cultists, these Puritans that think there's only one way of playing Rust.
I don't think there's one way to play
public servers, which are notorious for being racist, toxic, and absolutely brutal and no fun to play on. And people just saying like, oh, look at these fucking pussies not even playing real Rust. I still remember the first time I was crying over my keyboard playing Rust.
I've been there.
These guys haven't even started the journey into being a real Rust player. And as I've said before, I think there's nothing more sad than these lunch table outcasts that think that their obscure game is only theirs to enjoy, and you can only enjoy it in the way that they like to play it. I think that shit is really fucking sad. So you had a whole ton of people melting down about this server even being started in the first place. Like, why are these...
So that's like the debate right now, right? Because some people enjoy the toxicity, but other people don't. And it's like, what's the bigger, like, who, you know, the people who enjoy the toxicity, are they the small group? And the people who don't want toxicity, are they the big group? Or is it the people who love toxicity is the big group, and they're the core Rust players, and the people who don't want toxicity is like this little group over here, you know? Which group would you even consider to be bigger?
Fake Rust players, you know, trying to play the game this way and hijack our game. They're misleading their viewers into thinking this is what Rust is like. Oh, it's so disgusting. For the first couple days I was on this server.
So the people who have this mindset, I think, have never tried to roleplay ever. So like role playing was created for games like GTA. Role play servers have been in Rust for years, and literally on the server it says you gotta communicate, you gotta say things, you gotta talk in game. Like those, I think the core people that he's talking about right now have never ever even played an RP server or tried to RP or probably even never even talked in game and like tried to communicate with other players in game. So I don't want them to go crazy either and ban racism and all that. As much as I hate it and it frustrates me when I stream Rust, and I've been making quite a bit of Rust content, 3,000 hours logged in Rust. Like, I've seen all the toxicity, everything from top to bottom. I don't want them to ban it or get rid of it, but that's what the public servers are there for. So OTV makes this private server and gets people who like creating funny and good content, and then they get all this backlash from these hardcore people. So
there's a few people in chat just fucking melting down about me not playing Rust the right way because I was using push to talk to like joke around with friends and roleplay and shit, and not like
I'm the same way.
I roleplay as a waste man.
I don't enjoy it, but I don't hate
trash
it.
God.
You know,
so like actual cool roleplay, and people were still melting down like, oh, you're supposed to use voice chat for insults and racist slurs. What the fuck are you doing? This is not how Rust is supposed to be played. This is painful to watch. What the fuck is this? Like, it's so pathetic. Even just making the server was controversial. I don't understand this mentality. Now, granted, it's not like the actual Rust pros, like the Rust content creators that shared this mentality. A lot of the Rust content creators are in the server and having a lot of fun. It was just like pretty much exclusive to Rust professional spectators or people that have like 200 hours in the game, all spent hitting a tree in a public server and dying repeatedly as a naked person on a beach.
So that's who he thinks is complaining. They're the people with low hours who, you know, have never made it off a beach in their entire life. But the thing is, like, those people, like, they have noob servers, bro. It's just, like, go join a noob server and learn how to play the game. Don't join Rustified Main thinking that you're going to make it off the beach and then get upset when a 20-man clan rushes you and kills you for your materials. I will be playing other games today, yes. I'm just, I saw this and I just thought, you know, I'm going to make a React video and then I might post this on YouTube. But I'm still debating on what I'm going to play today. We'll see. Medium's still doing good, too. He's right on playing Rust. He's right, though. If you're not chatting... Yeah, exactly. Okay, so he gets into it.
That think everyone has to have that same experience with Rust. It's just sad shit. They're like Pain from Naruto. They've experienced so much pain that they just want to distribute it to everyone else in their fucking game.
True.
Sad. Really garbage shit. But the actual drama started pretty recently. So as the server began to expand and really blow up on Twitch, invites became more frequent and more people were being added to the server. As the floodgates were opening and the legs were spreading wider and wider until the vagina was fully agape, inviting every player that even had an interest in Rust into
this video's on YouTube. I think it should be good for Twitch.
Now, that's not to say that the server was without drama before.
Oh, I saw the arcade machine. Hell yeah.
The first couple of days, there was trivial drama and shouting matches in game where, you know, some people were joking, some people weren't. XQC would get mad, or at least he'd seem mad, and people would get upset at that. And, you know, there was definitely some drama. But it didn't really start to blow up until a lot more people came in. And that brings us to today, where Charlie sits semi-chubbed in his chair talking to you about Rust drama.
In
response to so many people going to the PvP server and so much going on, Abe created a second server more focused on RP, but still mainly PvP. It's 70% PvP, 30% RP. On that server, that's where I have my waste management empire, where I run around collecting trash with a garbage truck. And on the other server is where I live my double life as a Team Rocket assassin. So there's a purpose for both servers, but the second one is much more exclusive and more focused on just making some enjoyable, goofy content. And the first one's that more cutthroat, coming for scalps, blood, sweat, tears, cum, titties, flying all over the place, gore, and hurt feelings everywhere. And in that server is where the drama begins, the genesis of all Rust drama. With a lot of big egos clashing in this Thunderdome, there was bound to be a catastrophic explosion of drama. So what really set it off is a couple of Rust veterans camping in bushes and killing people on site, just mindlessly murdering people in the streets without any attempt to communicate or make fun content out of it. They would just sit in the bush and kill people, hoping to make them mad, which would then be used for their YouTube video views. At least that's the narrative that's been going on. I wasn't in the server during that time. I was busy doing the actual important shit, collecting waste and human fecal matter on the other server. So I didn't see that firsthand. I've only seen the clips in some of the VODs. But these two events, it's like the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. These two events led to a whole fucking war on Twitter, on Twitch, on live stream fails about whether or not these Rust veterans, did anything wrong. Because to the Rust professional viewers, that's just how they've always experienced the game. So to them, there was absolutely nothing wrong with just sitting in a bush for fucking 30 minutes waiting for someone to ride by and...
Is this pre-RC? Yo, thank you so much for the follow. DJ Sai 11, I think that's how you say it. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Big emo bomb for you. This is a brand new video he just released 4 days ago, and they're talking about the OTV, the offline TV server, and the RP servers that they created.
A horse and just shooting them on site and then looting them. That's normal to them. But to a new player that had no chance of fighting back and who doesn't even have that experience in the game, that's just fucking not fun. Like, that's just absolute dog shit. There's no fun to be had there. So it's been a huge debate, like, why are they getting punished? Why are people mad? It's just Rust. Learn how to play Rust, you pussies. And there's two sides to this argument, but there's a wrong side and a right side. The wrong side is the one...
So I don't necessarily agree with this, but I don't disagree with this. And this is about as far as I got when I was watching off stream.
That says they did nothing wrong. Like, when you go into the server, it literally just says, please just don't mindlessly kill people. Like, when XQC and Team Rocket would roll into a place, there was a whole storyline built up for it. There was a reason for it. When they made a kill, there was at least jokes exchanged, and by the end of it, most people were laughing. Of course, there were times that they weren't, but for the most part, when there were kills made, it was part of, like, this storyline. Oh, Team Rocket's rolling in, tumbleweeds rolling across the city as people close their doors and lock their kids and wife in the basement to avoid the wrath of Team Rocket.
I love Charlie.
Like, it was goofy, fun shit. They were a cartoonish villain organization. But then, over the last couple days, it's more like, oh, don't ride down that road because a Rust Pro might be waiting in a ghillie suit in one of the bushes to just shoot you on sight. Like, that's very different, and that's not fun. Again, the server was made to be more relaxed and focused on fun content in the game with an emphasis on PvPing, because in Rust, it's fun to PvP, and it's more fun when you're PvPing with a purpose as opposed to just going for, like, a KD ratio in a survival game. A lot of the people in the Rust community...
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it right here, because I don't know how much, like, leeway the Rust pros got before they had to join the server. Like, how much explaining they got about the rules and everything. But that's how Rust has always been played. Always, like, it's shoot on sight. Don't talk to people. Like, talking is usually an afterthought to these people. And trust me, I've been bushwookied before many freaking times. And... when I heard of that going on, I was like, holy crap. I was like, that's like normal in a regular public server. But at the same time, I don't know how much, like, the people, the creators, Abe, Offline TV, they had Rust pros join. And I don't know if they gave them the speech before, but I don't think any Rust pro has ever, like, legit RP'd with anybody. So there's a whole different feel when you join something that is RP based and focused. And the thing is, most of these big streamers have RP before. They GTA'd RP. Moon, they have all the GPA RPers on the server. Even people, most Twitch streamers have the ability to kind of feel out the situation. Yeah, they don't become pros at talking. Yeah, exactly. These guys are getting watched and viewed on Twitch and YouTube because they have compilation videos of them killing people over and over and over again. And if they get invited to a server, then it's like, isn't that what they got invited for? So I kind of agree. I agree, but I also disagree. And I feel like these people who they're talking about, the Rust pros, should have had a little more explanation Because when they get invited to private servers, it's almost an assumption of like, hey, I'm getting invited to this server to do what I normally do, what I get all my views for. So this is where like the gray areas kind of start to blend together. Dude, Milton was the best. Milton got raided by Jacksepticeye last night, and I watched him for like 3 hours. Because Milton, oh dude, I've watched his GTA RP characters. He's so funny. He's freaking hilarious.
That are vehemently defending this have like no level of self-awareness or social skills to recognize.
You'll see in a second
that this is just not.
I was baffled.
Not in the spirit of what the server was for. I mean, even the fucking creator of Rust made this sarcastic tweet poking fun.
Look at that. That's Gary, the co-creator of Rust. The guy who went and made Gary's mod, which is basically a Rust version. That's like chill. What? This guy is so upset too. Look at this. Hold on, let me see if I can get. I want you guys to read this. Like, you actually have to be kidding me. Did he not understand what server he was signing up for when this all went down? It's like, what do you mean? Yeah. There's the bottom too. Get a chance to read that. I mean, from his bottom response, like, you had to have been briefed on what this is. I know it's sarcasm, but he's in every sarcastic remark, there's little bits of truth. You know what I mean?
At this mentality, like, it's just not hard to grasp, but there's a huge difference between PvPing with like a goofy storyline and joking around and just waiting to kill people on site for their loot. Even on this tweet, there were so many Rust players that were like, finally, Gary's speaking up.
Okay, so, no, he's not in OTV. Gary is the co-creator of Rust. I'm still giving Helk more credit than Gary, honestly. But if you get invited to a server, you kind of want to learn the rules before you go into that server. Or at least what the goals of the server are. The goal is to make fun content. Not sit in a bush and kill people and try to piss them off.
Yeah, these pussies just don't get real Rust like we do. And even in the tweet, like, he couldn't have made it more on the nose sarcastic. They couldn't even recognize the most basic
They're both pretty much
of sarcasm there. It's just this inability to read the room from some people to be like, yeah, that's kind of douchey to just kill for their loot on brand new players or constantly murdering naked people, you know? Like, it doesn't take a whole lot to get that concept. Now, that's not for all of the Rust veterans in the PvP server. It's only a handful. Most of them are just super helpful making their own goofy shit. Like, I think it's Ray. He started a hotel on the server. There's other players that started taxi services. So while it is a huge focus on PvP in that server, it's still mainly RP.
H-Tune's on there, having fun RPing.
Art gallery yesterday on that server. Like, it's still mainly
Lily
RP
Pichu's art gallery.
with some PvP. So you really can't even use the argument that the server's meant to just be kill on site PvP all the time, because the majority of it is just a lot of people messing around, role playing, and having fun. So there's really no way of defending it. Now, in response to all this drama that was blowing up that I was just talking about, 2 players, I believe, were banned from the server, which is where most of this drama just stemmed from, everyone debating whether or not they deserve the ban.
Yeah, I don't even know who these players are. This is as far as I got.
They were playing it very differently from everybody else in that server, and in clear violation of the rules Abe set out, mainly no mindless killing. So you can argue whether or not a ban was warranted as opposed to just asking them, hey, can you just fucking stop this shit? Like that, you know, maybe you can argue that, but you can't really defend the actions of it. If I was still on that...
So that was my point, is like, why didn't they get a talking to before they got banned? I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue who it was. But can't you, like, kind of, like, take them aside? I mean, even if they're streaming or whatever, can't you just, like, you know, fucking no-clip them out and just be like, hey, look, did you even have a chance to read the rules before joining this server?
And I was the victim of that shit.
Oh, Zuckles was banned for metagaming?
To be honest. That doesn't sound very fun. I saw a couple clips where, like, a girl was just standing out in the open, and then a guy ran in on a horse and just shot her on sight and took her shit. Then she had to respawn on the other side of the map. And that was, like, after, what, like 5 hours of collecting shit. and she was there waiting to like talk and joke and just got blasted. Like, that's not fun. I'd probably just throw my arms up in the air and be like, well, I'll switch games. So I do get it. It definitely seems like it was taking some of the fun out. And I just wanted to talk about it because I've been fucking loving Rust, and watching this drama kind of sucks because Abe doesn't deserve to have to deal with all that shit. Abe has done an incredible job with these servers and what he's done with Rust. It has been so fucking fun. And yeah, I just want...
No way. So guys, the Rust OTV server are great for our community right now. I did have a lot of fun on there, but it's the end of the era. I've been humbly banned, which is completely fair and fine. I said I wasn't going to go back anyways after today. Enjoy the loot, Tank Girl. That's not Sir Winter, that's Tank Girl. Oh, enjoy the loot, Tank Girl, like he's saying. Okay, that's a tweet from Sir Winter. I get it now. So that means Tank Girl and Vertigo are on there too. Interesting. I mean, dude, you're dealing with somebody who's never had to deal with RP before. Like, I can see where all this drama went completely south.
To talk about it a little bit. That's about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. But you're dealing with Rust pros who have never RP'd. I mean, Sir Winter's done some RP, which is kind of baffling, you know? Honestly, this whole thing just confuses me. Oh, there's a video on that? Okay, I'm gonna bust Twitter. Hold on.
Every time they...
Welcome back, gamers. Shall we begin?
90% of content creators are egotistical jackoffs, and every time they die, they have to make a sly fucking comment about everything.
He threw my drop? That's so shameless. Wait, that's fucking shameless. What a little bitch motherfucker, man. He really is a fucking wanker, dude. Sir Wanker, back at it again, dude.
Welcome.
Alright, I'm gonna start it over because I didn't realize I had
90% of content creators are egotistical jackoffs, and every time they die, they have to make a sly fucking comment about everything.
He threw my drop? That's so shameless. Wait, that's fucking shameless. What a little bitch motherfucker, man. He really is a fucking wanker, dude. Sir Wanker, back at it again, dude.
Interesting.
Whoa. I gotta go fucking take this winter guy out.
I'm pretty sure I just killed him. And at water treatment we killed him.
Oh my god, who the fuck just killed me there?
What the heck? Where is Sir Winter? Like, you guys
this
keep
dude
dying
literally just rats,
like,
dude.
I don't know.
That guy is super fucking tryhard.
Wait, was it in a bush?
Sir Wanker, dude.
What?
We need to raid Sir Wanker, dude. Oh my god, I'll online raid.
Oh shit.
Where's the... On the ground!
Okay, so for some context, it looks like XQC, that happened like prior to XQC like little rant earlier in there. It's honestly hilarious.
Yo, take this.
Yo. Appreciate you, dog. What's his name? Sir what? I'm gonna kill him, bro. Oh my mom, I'm killing him. He's already made an enemy with me.
He did that to Trainwrecks? Dude, actually? Did you not, like, read the rules when you got on? Dude, right? I mean, I can't say that it wasn't deserved, honestly.